Howdy, I'm Lee Wilson, and this is TGO Wyoming, on the move. And today I am heading to Walmart to pick up some spray paint for the wife. But that's not the topic of today's discussion. Today we're going to talk about exploding pipes. Specifically, exploding water pipes. Bursting water pipes, flooding, water, terror in the basement. Actually, that's a good title for this, Terror in the Basement. No, it really wasn't that bad. So, we've had a massive cold snap here lately. I mean, we set a record, we hit national news, negative 31 was the coldest we got. And, I mean, the whole state of Wyoming, cities across Wyoming were on national news for their cold snap. And, of course, I had to have a pipe freeze and burst in my basement. Now, this is a pipe that had frozen back in 2011 and burst, unfortunately. But it went ahead and refroze and reburst over the weekend, which was just, not cool. So I'm drying out the basement. I've got even more water damage than I did previously, and the whole thing smells like mildew. Fantastic. But, of course, I didn't get all my winter preps done, but I learned two very important lessons on this. A, I did not get my faucet covers on, which is what this line went to, was an outside faucet, and I didn't have those on prior to the major cold snap, and there was a lot going on, and I just spaced it and didn't get it done, and I paid the watery price for it. So don't procrastinate, don't space things out, make lists, make checklists for your winter prep, and then just get it done, so that way you don't have exploding water pipes. Large part of the problem here is that the basement in my house does not stay warm. It's fantastic in the summer because it stays nice and cool, but in the winter it just doesn't stay warm. So I really need to get a little electric heater to keep down there when things get exceptionally cold, because the HVAC system just doesn't deliver enough hot air. It just doesn't cut it. So that's definitely a lesson learned. But it back froze down the pipe and blew out the repair, and actually the repair had been done with a shark bite slip coupler and a section of LDPE, water pipe, and another shark bite. Now, those shark bites are fantastic couplers, but they can only take so much when things freeze and overpressure and explode. So I went ahead and excuse me. Whew. Allergies are still killing me. This is the mildew down in the basement. It's just absolutely wrecked my sinuses. But let's just go back to the story. So I wake up, and my wife is up with a munchkin, and I had been up very, very, very late working on the computer. I went to bed a little after 3, and we discovered this around 7:30. And this guy's really bound and determined to run into my car. What are you doing, Silverado? What are you doing? Not knowing how to drive. That's the problem. Okay, so she comes in, she's like, I think there's a helicopter or something hovering over the house. And I'm like, what? She's like, well, you can't hear it in here. Do you hear that? I'm like, nope. She's like, it sounds like a whoosh, 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 whoosh sound. I'm like, okay. So I start getting up, and she runs down to the basement and discovers that there's just a high-pressure stream of water shooting across the ceiling and through the hole where you can see the vent. And she's like, oh no, and that was the sound of the helicopter, the water going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So I jump up and haul butt down to the basement and get the main turned off, which was very difficult. That was another lesson learned, is I did not check the main valve when the city came in and replaced the water meter, and the city guy had turned that all the way open, and it had gotten a little stuck. So now I'm running through the basement, grabbing my pliers, and I have to crank down on that and get the water main shut off. Got that done, and thankfully Cheryl got a water bucket under there to catch some of the water, but we still had a lot of water damage behind the sheetrock and the foundation and the floor, and it's going to be a big mess to clean up. So, not knowing the extent of the damage, I call the plumber, and they're like, oh, well, everyone's having the same problem. I'm like, oh, I'm sure they are. And I decided I'm just going to call my father-in-law and run to because he's good at plumbing, and he probably wanted to get out of the house and get some coffee. So a great way to bribe people, give them coffee. We zipped over there to Home Depot and found a brass pipe end cap made by SharkBite, which is fantastic. If you guys haven't used these things, they're absolutely amazing. Basically, it's a metal and polymer coupling, and it creates an easy one-way grip on there. So you just push it on real hard, it locks itself in with some teeth and does not come off. So it was a grand total of a $6 fix, not counting the $13 I spent on coffee for me, Cheryl, and the father-in-law. But what an adventure. But the point being is that just check your pipes, make sure your house is staying warm enough. Don't screw up and not put your faucet covers on like I did. And when in doubt, have some of those SharkBites on hand. Those are absolutely fantastic ways to cap a pipe. They make them for all different sizes and styles of pipe. You just go ahead and head over to a Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards or whatever, Ace. I don't know if they sell them or not, but anywhere that sells the SharkBites, it's a good way to go. It's definitely something that's worth having on hand. So, exploding water pipes, not fun. So I'm going to hit Walmart here, and yeah, I'm going to grab some breakfast for me and the fam, and then I'm going to get back to the cleanup and get back to the work, because there's lots to be done today. So hopefully you guys have found this video educational and or entertaining. If you have, let me know in the comment box below. And of course, you can always support this channel by hitting that like button, giving me a thumbs up. And of course, commenting always helps too, and you should consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date on all of my latest adventures and or shenanigans. And if you do that, you'll get notified. Well, if you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, you'll get notified every time I post a new video, which for On the Move is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, stay safe, shoot straight, and I'll see y'all next time.